It's Wednesday, so that can only mean one thing, the boat trip on the beautiful river Neckar. It's a chance to talk about maths and computer science, to make new friends, and even do a little bit of dancing.
In today's episode, we talk to two people who are key in deciding who gets the big prizes in mathematics. Helge Holden, who is the chair of the Abel Prize committee, and Hiraku Nakajima, who is the president of the International Mathematical Union. We also talk to Yael Kalai, who won the 2022 ACM Prize in computing.
And of course, we're looking forward to talking to all the alumni and young researchers, so why don't we go and find some?
When did you first attend the HLF?
I attended in 2017 for the first time, and now I'm back.
And what do you think is the most exciting thing in your field at the moment?
Well, complex system won the Nobel Prize in 2021, but also statistical mechanics won the Fields Medallists recently, 2022.
Okay, my field is really abstract. I'm studying a non-commutative algebra, and the most exciting thing is the challenging problem as my field is polynomial identity, and they are really pushing you through, do your best to find a solution, and this feeling is, I think, the most exciting one.
This is really unique moment in machine learning because the ChatGPT has changed a lot, and actually this is the beginning of the revolution which we are going to experience in the next 3 to 5 years.
So I'm here now with László Lovász, who won the Abel Prize in mathematics in 2021. Now, for much of your career, there have been parallel developments in the theoretical side, mathematics and computer science, but then also in the application side, in terms of developing real computers. What has that been like to work at such a time where there's been this confluence of theory and applications?
I am really very, very happy to have had the chance to live through this time. Thinking back on the history of mathematics, I can think of one other time, which was in the time between Newton and Gauss, maybe, where every development in mathematics was inspired by some question in physics, and every development in physics was supported by parallel development in mathematical analysis. So that was same people did both. Euler, or they were all Newton. I mean, you cannot tell whether they are mathematicians or physicists. They did both. And it was a little bit like this with computer science in the second half of the 20th century. Sometimes you couldn't tell whether a particular person was a mathematician or a computer scientist. Not that anybody cared.
What do you think will be the most exciting developments in your field in the next 10 years?
There are some really interesting questions about the borderline between finite and infinite, between discrete and continuous, and why there are now results that sort of talk about this bridge. It's by far not understood well, and I have been working for maybe 20 years on this problem now, and I still feel that this is a very exciting problem, very important. Now, what the results of this will be, I don't know. I think that in principle, many questions which were about the large-scale behavior of things could be approached by this kind of trying to find continuous approximation. Whether it goes as far as, say, the Riemann hypothesis, I don't know. I mean, this is also about asymptotic behavior of the Möbius function. So, but of course, we are very far from that.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to win some of the biggest prizes in mathematics? To find out, we spoke to Helge Holden, chair of the Abel Prize committee, and to Hiraku Nakajima, the president of the International Mathematical Union, who also chairs the committee that selects the Fields Medallists.
So, Helge, could you tell us, what does the Abel Prize celebrate?
We want to celebrate excellence in mathematics and in mathematical sciences broadly considered. And there are so many good candidates, so it's a hard job to select one winner every year. And in fact, there are no restrictions regarding geography, gender, areas in mathematics. So we try to include all of mathematics and recognize excellence in mathematics.
So could you give us an idea of what you're looking for in a Fields medalist?
So this is for under 40 years old. So it means that we should choose not only the current achievement, but we should also choose the promising direction for the future in mathematics. So that means we are somehow we have responsibility for the future of mathematics.
And apart from recognizing those who excel in the field of mathematics, the Abel Prize also has wider aims. Could you tell us a little more about those?
Yeah, I mean, the Abel Prize is different from all other prizes that I know about. It has two aims. One is to support and recognize excellence in mathematics. The other one is to support young people, children, and to stimulate the interest in mathematics. And we have plenty of activities to support young people.
Now this year you're back with something really interesting. You're running a workshop on improvised theatre. Now that's a bit of a surprising thing to see on the schedule. Why is that interesting for people here at the Heidelberg Laureate Forum?
Oh, it's interesting for so many people in all kinds of professions. I think we can learn so much from improv for everyday life and in business and personally, because it's all about yes and is our big motto in improv. You say yes to what your partner plays to you, and then you play the ball back with an and, just a little bit, right? That little detail that keeps the conversation going or that drives the story ahead.
Mm-hmm. So also for researchers, that's interesting for collaborations, for example.
Sure, yeah.
I'm here with Tanja Schroeder, who, as well as being one of the alumni of the Heidelberg Laureate Forum, was also one of the MCs at this year's opening ceremony. Tanja, you told us a very interesting fact about the logo in the ceremony. Can you remind me what it was?
So the core essence of the Heidelberg Laureate Forum is its young researchers. So it's only natural that that is represented in the logo itself. So if you look at the inner circle represents the gender. So this year there are 109 males and 94 females and one diverse young researcher. The second logo represents the field of research. So we have computer scientists, we have mathematicians, and this time we also have interdisciplinary researchers in our young researcher batch. The third ring represents where the young researcher is in their academic journey. So majority of the young researchers, approximately 52%, are PhD students, and the master's and bachelor students and postdoc students are 24% each. The final ring represents the nationality. This year we have young researchers from 61 nationalities attending. So just to tell you how far they have come to attend this event.
I'm here with Yael Tauman Kalai, who won the 2022 ACM Prize in Computing. Yael, I really enjoyed your Spark session on Tuesday, and you were talking about proof in computer science. Why should we be worrying about proof?
I think proofs are becoming more and more important in today's world of computing because there's a lot of big data out there, a lot of very large scale computations that we cannot necessarily verify on our own little devices. But actually, it's much more than that today. There's a lot more, many more things that you can use these succinct proofs for. For example, quantum computers. You know, if currently there's no large-scale quantum computers, but it seems like they're coming our way. And once we will have quantum computers, we will want to use them. And then let's say we have a few quantum computers in our world, and we want to use a quantum computer. How do we know that it's giving us the correct answer? So we want it to give us like some proof, a classical proof, that it's doing, that the computation it did was correct. Another example is like today with these AI, these large language models, how do we know they're doing what they're supposed to? So proofs are becoming more and more important, especially as there are these kind of large players that play a significant role in our life, and where we'll want proofs of that these things are doing, performing the computations that we believe they're supposed to.
And you were just today in a panel session and a discussion with other laureates, and the title was called "Why Do People Hate Mathematics?", which I was a bit worried about.
I feel like there's many reasons why people hate math. I think one of them is that hate, as you said, actually it comes from fear. And fear of being judged. I think in today's society, we often think that people who are good at math are smart. That's in some weird way, that's kind of the definition almost as smart. Like you can be a brilliant musician, but nobody will associate that with being smart. Whereas for me, for example, I feel like I have a single talent, and that's math. And I'm considered smart for one little thing. You know, it's fortunate for me, but it's not a good situation, because what happens, it causes it causes people to really fear the subject.
It's been another day full of lectures and discussions here at the Heidelberg Laureate Forum, and we end Thursday at the Speyer Museum of Technology.
It's a very appropriate venue for a dinner at the HLF. Everything here is made possible by mathematics and computer science, from the autopilot of the planes to the fantastic demonstration of the theory of gravity, the giant slide.
There's one more day left at the HLF, on which we find out more about artificial intelligence and its role in society. Stay tuned for the final vlog to be published on Monday. Until then, have a good flight!
Have a good flight!
Bolde Jauchi!
Anwali! Guten Flug!